Forgive me even if the fan is on in the background. Hold on a sec. There we go. That's much better. Today's vlog, why I don't watch the news. You know, in the past, whenever there's always something breaking news happening or something happening in your local area, I just realized the more you watch the news, it instills fear, depression, anxiety, stress, agitation, anger, negative, and all kinds of things, you know, related to the negativity aspect. And you see, in the past, when I would watch the news, it would be about what the heck be going on in my local town or around the world, even in my home state. It makes me think: is the world a scary place to live in? It's pretty much of a yes and a no. And that's pretty much what it feels like. It feels like a yes and a no. Because technically, look, shit happens every day, every week, every month, every year. There's always something going on. And you know, the thing is about the news is that whenever you see a news anchor, even if it's a veteran or a rookie news anchor, they go all their way out, him or her, or both, and exaggerate certain pieces of news that people should hear, whether it's something about politics or terrorism and war, or education, education authorities and things, or about celebrities, about sports athletes, or any kinds of things of alike, and they just go all the way out, and even especially real people like us, living ordinary lives, even for those who do YouTube all day and whatever on social media. And they go all their way to exaggerate certain points about this and that every damn week on. And even what really boggles me when it comes to watching the news is that they go all their way, like on one day or two to exaggerate the major issue. I mean, once when they give us a breaking story of something major happened to this person or something that happened on a part of a country, they exaggerate the same fucking point. And it's fucking annoying, okay? It's fucking annoying. Even if you spend 4 more hours watching that news coverage, or even if it's something about President Obama, or if it's something about Donald Trump, or if it's about Kim Kardashian, you guys just exaggerate. I mean, they just exaggerate, just keep giving us all of this goddamn news. Even if it's about anybody else, even if it's about government officials, even if it's about teachers in school doing this and all that, students in school doing shootings, shooting up schools, and people, deranged people shooting up churches and things. This is exactly why this is why when you watch that stuff, it instills fear, anxiety, and all kinds of things in your internal thinking and external, So it just causes you to eternally and internally feel frightened of the world. You feel like you can't, due to what happens over there, it feels like you can't, like, let's say you can't go to this school anymore, or you can't go to this church anymore, or you can't go to this city mall anymore, or you can't go to Disneyland anymore, or if you can't go to Six Flags anymore, or you can't even go to the movies anymore. Even like on some occasions back in the past years when I would watch the news, but I realized that kept inflicting, negativity to me. That, like, for example, like when it came to theater shootings, remember back almost near 4 years ago come July soon this year when that deranged so-called Joker guy shot up those people, when The Dark Knight Rises came out, or what about when, like in 2009, when everybody was covering on Michael Jackson's death and everything and exaggerated the whole thing. We know Michael Jackson will rest in peace, a legend, pop legend and all. Or what about when they exaggerated about, like even right now, like every single entertainment news article about Prince. We know Prince is dead, but they keep exaggerating the news about him using, pills and drugs and all kinds of things, causing him to be sick, and all these other pieces of news. Or even if it's news about fucking Kim Kardashian. I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing about Kim Kardashian. Don't you worry, I will do a vlog about why I hate Kim Kardashian. Even if it's a personal opinion, and I don't care if it's considered hate speech, but I'm going to do it anyway. Or if it's something about anything. If it's something about whatever it is, they exaggerate it. They keep spewing all that negativity to you right in the face. Even if your eyes is locked on the TV screen, and then when you just, focus on that point, and every time when you see a news anchor, if it's an attractive news lady or a boring, slob of a man doing the news, no offense to anyone like Charlie Rose or anything of the like, but it's like they just do it just for the sake of keeping you informed and up to date of what the hell's going on in the world. If you don't keep if you don't have the TV on watching what happens around the world, well, actually, I'm seeing the benefits of not watching the news every day. The first thing when I do, the first day I do, I get up in the morning, I don't turn the news. I just watch cartoons or movies or whatever is on TV. I don't just go ahead and just do that because I don't, my mind isn't focused on the news, okay? I don't care about what happens on the news. And I think this is exactly what caused my dad to have his heart attack last year. I realized aside from his depression, his alcoholism and stuff, him constantly watching the news on a daily basis, and I understand to keep up to date, and I should have said something back then before he passed away from his heart attack from all this negativity to him, that watching the news all the time was going to afflict his health, and I'm glad I stopped myself. I had to remove myself from watching the news every day, and because if I watch the news and if I watch something horrifying and everything going on, even if it's around in, certain countries, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I realized watching that stuff was going to be a waste of my time, or even if it's something about hurricanes tearing up people's homes and stuff. That stuff happens all the time every year because, during the summer, it's like tornado, thunderstorm, hurricane season every year. So what big deal? I have to go through it for the rest of my life until the day I, rest in peace. So, no offense, sorry for saying that, but that's the truth. But I just don't care about watching the news anymore. I had to stop watching it because that's what made all the negativity get to me. And even inflicting on how I think of people in the world, or how I think of how the world is treating some people, and even myself, out of millions and millions of people in this world, from this country to that country to this country, because there's so many countries, because we're in, there's over billions and billions of us in this world. Even half of the people of our populations, respective populations, have left this earth because of negative stuff like this. Because stuff like this is just cathartic to watch. If you keep watching stuff like Fox News, and as much as I fucking hate Fox News because they're politically inaccurate and pure Republican, or if you're watching headline news or CNN and anything else, or even if you're watching ESPN Sports Center, if there's something negative about certain athletes of the NFL or the NHL or the NBA or the MLB, it's the same old crap. Why would you want to spend your time watching something about someone like LeBron James or Tiger Woods or Robert RG3 or something? Why would I spend your time reading and watching stuff about that? Or if it's something about celebrities like Justin Bieber or Kim Kardashian, whatever, once again, or Ariana Grande, or even, now about to be faded celebrities like Will Smith and others. And come on, why do you want to spend your time reading stuff about stuff like that? And I think that's why I had to even in terms of my obsession with celebrities, I had to stop following celebrity news. I don't care what the heck going on in their life, and I think I need to stop acting like I should care about what they do in their lives. And how would you like it if the world went around and if I was like everybody else around here, being active and not standing here looking like a person sitting on their ass all day feeling lazy and yeah, I guess I'm exaggerating myself like a news person, but I'm not. I'm trying to do this vlog just to come across my point about why I don't watch the news. Even though some of my points can be inaccurate and invalid, but I understand you don't have to, agree with me on that, but it's just and of course, it just feels like the more you watch it, you feel like you're betraying the world, as the world is all evil. It's like there's tons of evilness in the world. Instead of having positives of the world, you're giving the negatives of the world. Every day even if you turn on the news on the TV, or if you find news like on YouTube, like the, you know, if you're on channels like, you know, news channels like the Young Turks or the Advice Show, it's constantly the same old. It's constantly the very negative stuff, nothing positive. Or if you're on social media, on, you know, finding Facebook and such Twitter feeds of news of this and whatever, it's really, really depressing, because I figured that's what, and I figured even in the past when I was watching the news, even when we had certain, you know, occurring events like Hurricane Irene, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy, or whatever else going on in the world, or if it's something like what happened in that attack in Boston in 2013, or that raid in Baltimore last year, or anything. That stuff just, it's not good. That's why the first thing I do nowadays in the mornings and throughout, you know, around lunchtime, and then when school gets out around 2 o'clock, well, come the summer, June is coming up, so that means school will be out soon for the summer, thank God. But, you know, of course, August, back the same old, you know, agenda. That I don't turn on the TV, because I don't have no satellite or cable provider connected to my TV. Just streaming TV, and even, yeah, of course, there is some streaming services like whatever I have on my PlayStation or whatever right now, where there is news channels, but I don't pay attention to the news channels because the news channels are redundant to watch, and I just feel like there's nothing evil in this world besides how it's just that's why I feel like I need to stop believing in some people. Like, there are people in this world that are bad. It's just, yeah, of course, there are people in this world who do sicko things, but that's their problem. There's nothing you, or anybody else can do about it, because of course, there are some people who are just, you know, who are out of their way to do whatever they want to manipulate or try to catalyze or whatever, try to do to some people. But why do we even care? I mean, of course, yeah, every day, even when there is a news, some local news bulletin, if there's someone going up to a school shooting up because this former student or so wants to, or a student still in the school wants to shoot it up just to get revenge against some of the teachers and teachers and fellow staff members and some students, and then that's always making headlines of local news, even if you're in this kind of area or anywhere. Well, actually, it happens in every area that has public schools and private schools, because, you know, that's how it is in the world. Or if it's, you know, like if you're at the mall, if you got somebody shooting up the mall for the sake of shooting it up, just to, you know, and all that, that even breaks into that even makes news. Or if, like, for example, about, like, in terms of rape, if somebody, if there's local news bulletins about some woman got raped by a man who was an ex-boyfriend or ex-husband and all that, and even allegations of rape and things, or even women being stalked by their ex-boyfriends. I mean, heck, why won't guys be stalked for a change? And also, you know, like, why the hell I want to keep hearing that stuff? Seriously, why do I want to keep hearing that stuff? Even like the same with, you know, like the news. I don't even watch talk shows that even carry on with real life situations of, like, rape and child molestation, child abuse and spousal abuse, domestic violence and stuff. Like on shows like Jerry Springer. I mean, Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, and Maury, and those shows, because I realize watching those shows is a waste of time. And any of those talk shows that are better for, you know, detrimental, positive, you know, mental and physical help, Dr. Phil. But when you have stuff like, you know, even talk shows that deal with these kind of things like molestation and rape and stuff, like on Steve Wilkos and Maury in the Bill Cunningham show, those shows bring negativity. I mean, no offense to Steve Wilkos with that "get off my stage" stuff, but excuse me. I know, as soon as I start talking about Steve Wilkos, sorry. But but seriously, that stuff can stress people out. It brings anxiety to people. It brings stilted fear into their heart, into their mind, into their overall soul and aura around them. Because who the hell wants to keep spending their time watching the news, or even certain talk shows that carry on the same topics like the local national news would do? And even hearing about, even like when it was news about Bill Cosby. I mean, remember how all last year to late 2000, actually from late 2014 to all last year, where they kept exaggerating about Bill Cosby being allegedly being a quaalude drugger on these women from now faded supermodels like Beverly Johnson and Janice Dickinson and them. I remember hearing all that news about Bill Cosby with the, rape allegations and stuff. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, even though as much as I don't care for Bill Cosby, but come on. I mean, even though Bill Cosby was like long for my time and all that shit, sure, I've read books like Little Bill and stuff and saw the Fat Albert cartoon in the movie once or twice, but who cares? But why I want to keep spending my time watching shit like about stuff about Bill Cosby and stuff, or Donald Trump and whatever, and I'm better off watching something more positive, like watching movies that entertain me or to disappoint me, or TV shows that entertain me or disappoint me, cartoons that entertain me or disappoint me, or whatever. I don't have time, or even don't watch TV at all, or even find news on the internet. I don't care for this kind of crap anymore. That shit is depressing. I mean, and also stop wasting your time on the news, okay? Because that stuff brings negativity to your mind and your soul. This is exactly why people in this world now, even everywhere I go now, it seems like every time I try to speak to somebody or so, even when they got their, I'll do that in another vlog, but crossing to that, preluding point. Every time when I even talk to some people look at me like I'm one of these, like those guys that they consider, rapists and molesters and murderers on the news and stuff on TV and stuff. I ain't those type of people, or stalkers for that kind. I ain't no damn stalker or a rapist or a molester. I ain't those type of people. See what I mean about the negativity of the news getting to people? This is why I'm getting rid of all this negativity out with this video and the sharing you why I don't watch it theoretically through my perspective of why I don't watch the news today. Because that's just the thing. Even though, of course, in the real world, you have to plug yourself to that shit. You have to plug yourself into watching the news and watching what the hell's going on with Obama, what he got planned to change the world or something hearing about Hillary Clinton or versus Donald Trump crap, or something in terms of celebrities like Kim Kardashian or whoever, and then it's like, come on, like the fuck I care. I used to watch stuff like, Entertainment Tonight, or even other talk shows like The Talk and The View and stuff. But I realized watching that all day, every day, it brings depression and how I should perceive the world, how the world should be perceived to me. And I think we should all, out of all of us, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, boyfriends, girlfriends, married couples, elder people, and singles like me, I think we should all stop watching the news, because you don't know what kind of consequences in the future happens if we keep watching the news or hearing about it. Like the fuck we care. Like the fuck we care of listening or watching the news every day. Even though of course we got to be informed of what the hell's going on. Seriously, just stop watching it. You don't know what it will get you to. It will make you be afraid of other people. You'll start, and of course, you're going to act paranoid to people. And other people will be paranoid of you, like you're this, like I said, molester, a stalker, a rapist, or any kind of person, and then, mentally deranged person, because that's how the world is, and it's stupid. After spending 19 minutes talking about this, I finally got this out of my chest. So that's it for the end of this vlog, my friends. Tell me what you guys think about this vlog until the next one. Subscribe, drop a like and everything, and I'm off for now.